Alrighty, hello. I decided, I was gonna do Paladin quests, but I do more White Mage, honestly, than Paladin. I will do Paladin before I start doing any dungeons on him, on her. Sorry, Paladin, whatever. Still the same character, still the same sex. But anyway, just decided to do White Mage first, whatever. So we went to Gridania for free. We went to Camp Tranquil in South Shroud. Wow, can't remember things. We're talking to Raya Osena. Taint, Misbehaving. Taint is a poor choice of words in my opinion, but it's all good. Mercy, you could not have come at a better time. We have dire need of your aid. There isn't time to explain. No, but the trouble is afoot. No, but the trouble is afoot, and I would ask you to meet me at the Guardian Tree. Alright. Meet me at the Guardian Tree. I forgot where that is. Oh, it's over there, okay. Yeah, I'll just take the 171 Gil to Bent Branch Meadows. And fly west and a little bit south from there. Hopefully I don't have to go around any kind of structure, like mountains or whatever. We'll see. I think I'll be good. Yeah, I can fly plenty high enough, apparently. Just gotta go around these gigantic trees. Once again, we are in the Black Shroud. Lots of trees, forests, not like the kind of forest where the trees are all super close clumped together, but plenty of trees nonetheless. They're just big and spread, and they're the tops of them spread out quite far. Like, and when I say big, I mean the diameter would probably be, if I'm about the diameter of some of these trees would be about 6 humans. So roughly 36, 35 feet, give or take. Anyway, Raya Osena is by the Guardian Tree. I think we've been here before. We have been here before, for sure. Cutscene. How fares the Great One? And her brother's here, Arun Sena. Unchanged from before, I'm afraid. He repeats the same words over and over. Then it falls to us to glean their meaning. Very well. Mercy, you will recall the time we performed the quieting and quelled the Great One's rage. Since that day, we have continued communing with him to ensure that all is well, and it was, until recently. I'm afraid to say that an unsettling change came over the Great One some days ago. He has taken to repeating the same words to us. The taint floodeth the forest, its beating heart to befoul. After some inquiries and research, we were able to learn that the Great One has spoken these words before, during the time of Ah-Towa-Cant. Immediately, we were made to wonder, when Master Ah-Towa embarked upon his journey of healing, could his purpose have been to protect the forest from the taint of which the Great One now warns? We sought to delve further into this, but no accounts of Master Ah-Towa's journey are to be found at Stillglade Fane. Such records as exist are in the keeping of his foremost student, the mage who recovered his remains from Ogomoro. If he is still alive, he may be able to assist us. We have prepared a missive, and we would ask that you deliver it into his hands. After interring his beloved master, the man is said to have taken up residence at Falgord Float, that he might ever be near to attend the tomb. If he is there still, the locals should be able to point you in his direction. While you see to this task, my brother and I shall remain here and continue observing the Great One. My thanks in advance, Mercy. Should I just take a teleport? Yeah, 199 gil to teleport to the North Shroud to Falgord Float. Falgord, whatever. F-A-L-L, followed immediately by G-O-U-R-D in the same word. We'll talk to Thierland, kind of a mage, conjure, kind of the blues and browns of a conjure. Mostly blues. You seek Master Ah-Towa's former student. I'm afraid he has departed for the realm yonder. His granddaughter now tends the tomb at Proud Creek in his stead. If truth be told, I am worried about her. The area is thick with fiends, and even experienced wood whalers avoid venturing there unaccompanied. Okay. So he's dead, but granddaughter lives, and she might be in danger. Okay. Sommerhild, a market person. Ah-Towa-Cant's old student? I'd heard that someone's tending the tomb, but it's a young maid as I recall. Okay, you know nothing. The other person knew most. We'll see. And then in the north here, this little kind of village town thing, we got the innkeeper, Eluin. That old fellow, I'm afraid he passed away some years ago. I remember him well, though. He took care of his master's tomb to the very end. His granddaughter, Eshiva, Eschiva, Eshiva, tends the place now, and she's been especially attentive since those accursed bandits came and defiled it. Okay. That is to the northeast. There's enough of an eastward tilt to my northward movement that I'll say northeast. Sure. Instead of just north with a somewhat eastern tilt, whatever. We fly above all the land, but actually it's down below, under. It's kind of like a cave system, sort of cave. It's just, we've got some, like a fair amount of land above some other land, so it kind of looks kind of cavey, but it's really just land. I think I have to be White Mage to do this stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, so. I can summon my Chocobo, though. I haven't done that in a while. Help me, Chocobo 1 Kenobi. That'd be a fun name. I gotta kill a couple Doolahans because they might aggro me during this. There's like one of those purplish, dark, energy areas with a Shiva in the middle of it, and I'll be attacked, for sure. More Doolahan kind of things. The mailed man is what these are called. Let's do AoE for the heck of it. Stun him, 2 damage. One's dead. You see bright flashes of light. That's my AoE, if you've come to know it. Eshiva kind of doesn't look like much. She just looks like a maiden, a gal. She has an apron on, a brown blouse. Thank you so much. So focused was I on tending the tomb, I failed to notice the fiends approaching me. What? You're searching for the granddaughter of Master Ah-Towa's former student? Then you need search no more. I am Eshiva. I guess we have to talk to her again. Why not just continue? Whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's stupid. Doesn't matter, but stupid. Know that I have taken on my grandfather's responsibilities. If it is within my power to help the Seedseers, then I shall be glad to do so. Hand over the Padjal missive. The Taint threatens the Twellswood. Nafika have mercy. As the Seedseers have surmised, 'twas to purge the Taint that Master Ah-Towa journeyed the length and breadth of the realm. Simply put, the Taint is ether that has been befouled. If we are to be rid of it, we must find the source of the corruption and cleanse it. The question is, are the Seedseers prepared to do as Master Ah-Towa once did? At any rate, it is best that I speak with them directly. I shall make my way to the Guardian Tree at once. Thank you, Lassie. I'll just take the 199 teleport and then fly west southwest again. Rubber ducky, you're the one. I don't know why the song popped in my head. Maybe I was thinking something about the Chocobo that I'm on being like my one mount. It's obviously not, but it's the one I mounted on now. So Eshiva, Arun Sena, and Raya Osena are all here at the Guardian Tree. The Guardian Tree isn't any thicker or taller than the trees around us, but in fact, most of the trees around us are much taller. My thanks for bringing Eshiva, Mercy. She has told us all. If we are to protect the Twellswood from the Taint, we must needs deal with the corruption at its source. Is that the way of it? It is. That was why Master Ah-Towa embarked upon his journey, heedless of his Padjali heritage. It's hard to distinguish the two female voices. I'm sorry, I'll try though. This is Raya. And yet Master Ah-Towa was no ordinary Padjal. We are duty-bound to remain in the forest. We cannot simply leave it. Mercy, I am loath to ask this of you. After all you have already done for us. Sorry, the wrong emphasis. But the preservation of the Twellswood is at stake. You are not Padjali, and hence are not bound by the laws which bind us. Will you embark upon this quest in our stead? With all due respect, I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You would entrust the fate of the forest to an adventurer? Says Ashiva. I'm going to try to make Raya more breathy, as I've been trying to do that. Calm yourself, and know that Mercy is no ordinary adventurer. Nay, she is a white mage true, chosen by Master Ah-Towa himself to be his successor. She bears his soul crystal and his legacy both. I have every confidence that you will be able to purge the taint. As such, I would join my voice to my brother's request. Ashiva looks like in thought. Master Ah-Towa's successor? That such an individual existed? I wish to make a request of my own. In his youth, my grandfather served Master Ah-Towa proudly, accompanying him wheresoever he went, and assisting in purification rituals. It has ever been my desire to emulate my grandfather's deeds. If Mercy is to undertake this quest to eliminate the taint, I would likewise accompany and assist her. Raya kind of crosses her arms. The journey will be fraught with peril. Are you willing to risk life and limbs solely for the sake of emulating your grandfather? I am, my lady, but that is not the whole of it. I cannot sit idly by while a threat encroaches upon the Twelveswood. It is our home, and we each of us must do our part to protect it. Our part. I see that your heart is true. Very well. Assuming that Mercy consents, and I see no reason why she would not, you have our blessing to accompany her. The fate of the Twelveswood is in your hands. We shall pray for your success. Oh, this is the new lady's voice. No, I'm just kidding. We will need to make plans for the journey. Please come and see me at Falgord Float. I kind of said it right there, Falgord. I don't know why it's been so difficult in the past. Teleport to Falgord Float. North Shroud. 199 gil. 199 199. That was a super good impersonation of a auctioneer. God, I can't think of words sometimes. It takes a while. Dumbring. And they call themselves Padjals, or Padjals? You wonder at my irritation, I shouldn't doubt. I suppose I ought to explain. You see, I was brought up on the tales of Master Ah-Towa's journeys, the sufferings he endured for the sake of the Twelveswood. Young though I was deeply touched by his courage and sacrifice, and to this day his deeds remain close to my heart. That is why it irks me that the Seedseers will not lift a finger to help the forest. But thankfully we have you. As Master Ah-Towa's chosen, you are far more dependable than any Padjal alive. Now then, let us speak of our journey. Grandfather left his records of Master Ah-Towa's journeys in my keeping. I shall scour them for clues as to where we must go. While I do this, pray attend to your own preparations. I shall be here when you are ready to strike out. Taint Misbehaving is complete. 13.5 minutes of this quest. That was level 50, actually. Interestingly enough. So we'll do level 52 here. I have to go to the bathroom really quickly, but then we'll continue. Pardon the interruption and the downtime. Sorry if you can hear me. I'm talking to myself as usual. Apparently, I learned recently that it may or may not be true, but people who are introverts, mostly by nature, tend to have conversations, like they kind of like they have pre-conversations with themselves, kind of in preparation for conversations they might have with somebody else, but especially like very important conversations or emotional conversations or whatever, so I have a lot of those. Anyway, next quest, level 52, White Mage, A Journey of Purification, from Eshiva. You come at a good time, Mercy. I believe I have found a clue in my grandfather's records. There is a passage which tells of the time when the Taint reached the forest via a subterranean water vein. Master Ah-Towa traced it back to its source at Abalethia's spine, and there he purged the corruption. Lest you wonder, 'tis the mention of the water vein that interests me. Allow me to explain. Though the danger to the Twelveswood had become so dire as to elicit emphatic warnings from the Great One, none of the Padjals or hearers were aware of it. If we then consider the Great One's warning that the Taint shall flood the forest, I'm inclined to believe that befouled ether is being conveyed via water veins. Years have passed since Master Ah-Towa purged the Taint. A new source of corruption may well have manifested in the intervening time. Got tongue-tied. First, I suggest we take our investigation to the central highlands of Korthus, which form the southern edge of Abalethia's spine. Pray meet me at Camp Dragonhead. I also do apologize for the time it took me to use the restroom. Well, crap. I don't know if Camp Dragonhead is my home point anymore. 209? Hell yeah, we'll just do 209 to teleport there. Why not? I also could have used my home point to Foundation inside Ishgard, but we'll save that because 209 ain't bad at all. Eshiva is here at Camp Dragonhead. Everything is frozen over. I had read about the snow-swept mountains of Korthus, but no amount of reading can substitute for seeing and feeling. I have a confession to make. This is my very first time setting foot outside the Twelveswood. The experience is proving to be at once fascinating and frightening, but I digress. While I awaited your arrival, I was like super quick, yo. I spoke with some of the knights about water veins. They say that one passes beneath the area just south of here. The area happens to be thick with fiends, and these fiends happen to have grown unnaturally aggressive of late. I would wager that the Taint is to blame for this change. A short while ago, a band of knights departed for the area in question on a mission to cull the unruly creatures. Shall we go and join them? That didn't seem like to be a question. You just kind of walked off expecting me to follow you. But I was gonna anyway, so whatever. I was gonna go this area. I was gonna go this direction no matter what. Like, I wasn't gonna follow you, like, or whatever. Anyway, we have Eshiva here with my suspicions were correct. The Taint has driven the fiends into a frenzy. Let us aid the knights, then see to the cleansing. Level 54, level sync. My White Mage is level 60? I thought it was like 54. I may have read something. Anyway, we'll put our dots on everything here. Or dot on everything. See what comes to attack us and just heal through it if we need to. We can heal these knights too, and Shiva. Put a region on you. Region on you. Region on you. Hit you with a big heal because you just got hit by a long cone from a dark spirit. Shiva has a polearm. She's doing good work. Did my arrow actually? It is sticking. Okay. Yeah, wore off on almost everything so far. Anyway, we've got Eshiva with her spear. The other two, like, House Phantom Knights, they are using sword and board. Region fell off on her. We'll put it back up here. Region fell off on this one too. We got a foaming Gobu attacking as well. My job really is to keep everything alive because these guys are doing plenty of damage, and keep my dot and everything as long as I can here. One of the knights is done with his prey. Another wolf kind of joins the fray, though. Ashiva, sorry, is like the main focus of the Gubu and the dark sprite thing. Stagnant water sprite is what it's called. The good news is, if I go to the other side of it, it's actually targeting me with that giant damaging cone. It's kind of a thin cone, but it's super long. So, unbeknownst to me, just moving to the other side of it from Ashiva basically meant she wasn't hit at all. The Gubu, on the other hand, is focused solely on her, so I couldn't redirect his smaller, thicker cone. Like a 90-degree cone, as opposed to like the 15-degree cone from the other guy. The duty is over. We got the foul taint here. We'll click it, inspect it. Kind of a long inspection interaction thing. The taint is like this kind of glowing, purplish, darkish, blackish sphere. We have a cutscene. It disappears. I guess we have de-tainted. I don't know. The knights bow to us and walk off. This energy, soothing and pure, 'tis precisely as my grandfather wrote. And your soul crystal, I believe it has taken on a new radiance. In all likelihood, the spirit of Master Ah-Towa within has bestowed upon you greater power. I wonder, could it be that the act of purifying serves to empower the White Mage? If this is true, it makes the Padjal's refusal to leave the forest even more incomprehensible. How long will they allow their laws to dictate their actions to the detriment of reason? At any rate, there's not more to be done here. Let's return to Camp Dragonhead. I would love to not have to go all the way back to South Shroud to continue my White Mage quests, but we shall find out soon. I'm hoping that Eshiel, fuck, I forgot her name already. Eshiel? Oh, whatever. I suck at remembering, apparently. Not always, but this time. Ashiva, gosh dang it. I got the first, like, few letters right. Back at Camp Dragonhead, let's review what we've learned. As we had suspected, the taint is being born along subterranean water veins. According to my grandfather's records, the headwater of the vein we just visited is situated further to the west. Unfortunately, it lies beyond the holy sea of Ishgard. As foreigners, we will require special permission to pass through the city. I shall contact Stillglade Thane and request to have the Elder Seedseer issue us with the necessary papers. Okay. Of course, were one of the Seedseers here, we would not have to go through all the hassle. I shall survey the lay of the land in order to ascertain our next destination. Meanwhile, I suggest you take the time to accustom yourself to your newfound power. I shall be here when you are ready to resume our mission. We get experience points, of course. We get Asylum, which is a 90-second cooldown. Envelops a designated area in a veil of succor, granting healing over time to self and any party members who enter. For 24 seconds on a 90-second cooldown. That's cool. And it's a cure potency of 100 per whatever tick, I believe, probably. And then we can actually finally use Secret of the Lily. Adds a lily to your healing gauge, whatever. I think it's gauge, whatever. I'm going to say gauge. That's what I've learned it as. For every 20 seconds, you are engaged in combat up to a maximum of 3. And we can use those lilies right now to do direct heals, as far as I know. Anyway, cool. That's a passive, by the way. So I don't have to equip it anywhere. But the other one is my first healing cooldown, as far as I remember, for White Mage. I haven't been able to use the lily thing that I've Afflatus or Afflatus Solus. I'm gonna go with Afflatus Solus. Restores our target's HP with a cure potency of 700. That is the same potency as my cure 2, but this is instant cast and takes 1 lily. So every 20 seconds that I'm in combat at level 52 plus, I can now actually use it. I don't know if... So let's say I'm in combat for 30 seconds. I would gain 1 lily. And then would that 10 seconds roll over into the next combat? I don't know that yet. We'll find out. I look forward to finding out. I have a White Mage that's like level 60 something, I think, but Or maybe I stopped leveling it to do Scholar. I think I did. It's my Scholar Summoner character. Because, you know, they level together at the same time. Anyway, that's the end of this video. It's 29 minutes long, almost on the dot. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you guys next time. Probably do some more tonight.